How are you, friends? We are back again on the True Shadow Hauntings channel with a new, bone-chilling true story. Beneath the blue waters of the Indian Ocean lies hidden an ancient curse, a beautiful island nation behind whose history the name of a lustful prince is written in letters of blood, Kala Kumara. Some call him a living monster of distorted lust, while others call him a nocturnal deity, the Lord of Darkness. But the real form of the mystery is caught when, in the depth of the night, young women feel the heavy breath of an invisible 7-foot-tall shadow. Standing in front of the mirror in the morning, deep nail scratches and blue bruises are seen on various parts of the body, which the locals call the demon's bite. Is this merely science's sleep paralysis, or an unresolved terror continuing for centuries after centuries? Today, we are going to enter that dark true history of Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka is called the Pearl of the Indian Ocean, but behind the history of this exquisitely beautiful island nation lies hidden a dark chapter, a terrifying truth. It is a story from several centuries ago, when the ancient dynasties ruled the throne of Sri Lanka. In that very royal family was born a prince, whose name remains like a stain on history even today, Kala Kumara, meaning the Black Prince. According to folklore, this prince was impossibly handsome, possessing a well-built body, a majestic appearance. But behind this beauty resided an indomitable, distorted, horrific lust. His obsession with women was sky-high. It is said that whenever he saw any beautiful woman in the kingdom, he would capture and bring her to his palace. The tales of his unrestrained lust and ruthless oppression created unspeakable dread, panic, fear in the minds of the common people. But the cup of sin does not take long to overflow. It is prevalent. One day, as the prince cast his evil eye upon the daughter of a high-ranking tantric or the wife of an influential person, the story of his downfall began. That insulted and enraged family unleashed a terrible lethal weapon upon the prince, a cruel curse. Found in some tantric records, the prince was imprisoned alive inside a dark, damp, secluded cave. There was no light, no human voice. There was only hunger, madness, and a gradually vanishing humanity. It is said that in the agony of hunger, losing his humanity, the prince began to eat his own flesh, himself in the darkness of that cave, and amidst that horrific hellish torment, he died. However, the real mystery begins after his death. According to Sri Lankan supernatural scriptures, or yakshusa, when a person dies with unfulfilled lust and intense hatred, they no longer remain an ordinary soul. They are reborn as a preta or demon. It is said at the moment of death, the prince had vowed to fulfill this lust of his, he would return again and again. After death, that handsome face of his gradually transformed into a hideous black shadow. He was no longer human, rather he turned into a black demon, Kalu Kumara Deva. The surprising thing is, in the ancient manuscripts of Sri Lanka, he is described not merely as a ghost, but as a powerful nocturnal deity whose power is infinite. He becomes the lord of the dark world, and his sole target becomes young women and pregnant mothers. According to information, in the rural beliefs of Sri Lanka, he is considered so powerful that even at the mention of his name, there is a custom of closing the doors and windows of the house. That lustful prince of history is now an immortal curse, which for century after century, in the dark of night, roams in search of prey. When the night grows deep, when in the coastal villages of Sri Lanka, nothing else is heard except the whoosh whoosh sound of the wind, exactly then the wandering of Kala Kumara begins. That lustful prince of folklore is no longer a human of flesh and blood. He is now a disembodied shadow whose gaze falls only upon women. The most astonishing aspect of this part is the nature of its attack. The afflicted women report when they are lost in deep sleep, exactly then something massive, heavy, invisible presses down upon their chest. In the language of medical science, this is called sleep paralysis, but the people of Sri Lanka know it as Kalu Kumara Dishtiya, meaning the gaze of the Black Prince. The victimized women claim they can see out of the corner of their eyes, in a corner of the room, an almost 7 feet tall, dense black figure is standing. He has no clear face, but the gaze of his intense red eyes as if reaches directly into the soul. The afflicted person wants to scream, wants to thrash their hands and feet, but their entire body becomes frozen like stone. They feel as if they are about to suffocate. It feels as if some invisible power slowly is sucking out their life breath. This experience is so real that the victims can even hear the sound of that shadow's breathing and feel that the temperature of the room suddenly dropping to freezing. But the most informative and spine-chilling twist of the story comes the next morning. Because if this were an ordinary dream or hallucination, then there should not be any physical signs.
But the surprising thing is, the next morning when the afflicted women stand before the mirror, then they see clear bluish bruise marks on their necks, shoulders, or upon their thighs. In many cases, it is seen deep nail scratches from where slowly blood is seeping. These marks are called in the local language kiss of the soul or bite of the demon. According to information, in many government hospitals of Sri Lanka, even today, numerous such incidents are documented where even experienced doctors could not give any logical explanation for these blue marks. Because these marks are not like any ordinary injury or allergy. These within a few hours turn dark purple and the afflicted person begins to suffer extreme physical weakness and intense mental depression. More mysterious information is, in the room where this attack occurs, there often remains a sharp, uncomfortable smell of rotten wildflowers or burnt sandalwood. This invisible assassin does not only strike the body, rather he creates a strange, terrifying illusion in the subconscious mind of the afflicted woman. Many claim, even during the day, if sitting in solitude, they hear a strange whispering sound in the ears, as if that dark prince is calling her to take her to his kingdom forever. These unbelievable physical evidences have established Kala Kumara not as any imaginary ghost, but as an unresolved terror standing between primitive belief and the modern world. When modern medical science admits defeat and those bluish bruise marks on a woman's body keep returning repeatedly, then the Sri Lankans understand this is not any ordinary ailment. It is the death bite of Kala Kumara. And exactly then begins an ancient, spine-chilling tantric ritual of history which is called Thowil. This is not merely any worship, this is a direct battlefield between a human and a terrifying ghost. On a dark night of the new moon in a secluded courtyard of the village, this sacrifice begins. Surrounding the area, flames of red fire from torches are lit, and in the air floats the smell of burnt incense and a strange, intoxicant mixed herb. The exorcists or tantrics arrive there wearing horrific wooden masks which look somewhat like those primitive demons. In their hands remain burning torches and sharp weapons. When the beat of the drums or the sound of the bera begins to grow intense slowly, then it feels as if from beneath the ground some ancient power is waking up. The surprising thing is, the main attraction of this ceremony is that tantric dance. The exorcists keep dancing over the fire and incessantly chant mantras so that the Black Prince or Kala Kumara can be forced to leave the body of the afflicted woman and come forward. At one stage, the afflicted woman herself starts behaving abnormally. Her voice changes, she begins to speak in a language that she herself does not know. The tantrics believe this is that moment when Kala Kumara uses the body of his prey to reveal his identity. According to information, during this dance, the tantrics provide various sacrifices or offerings addressed to Kala Kumara.
However, the most thrilling information is when they try to appease that evil soul, then the tantrics also strike their own bodies, but surprisingly, not a single drop of blood comes out of their bodies, as if some invisible power is protecting them. Amidst this breathtaking excitement, running throughout the night, when the first light of dawn slowly appears, then that woman is bathed in a special holy water, and on her neck a cursed thread or an amulet is tied. The locals claim after this Thovil ceremony that black shadow never returns to that house again.
Science versus supernatural. That unresolved wound. Science says this is merely sleep paralysis, a physical condition where even though the brain is awake, the body becomes completely paralyzed. But exactly here is born the greatest mystery. If science can explain the paralysis of the body, then the answer to those deep nail scratches and bluish bruise marks found on the bodies of the afflicted women, where is it? In medical language, this is called purpura, or the bursting of blood vessels. But the question remains, why do these incidents happen only in the darkness of the night? According to paranormal researchers, this is not any ordinary disease. Rather, when the extreme fear of a human reaches the ultimate limit, then the body itself creates such strange, horrific wounds. But the surprising thing is, in many cases, these wounds have been found in all such places where it is impossible for the afflicted person's own hand to even reach. Then the question arises, is Kala Kumara merely a hallucination of the mind, or some such power of the dark world which has remained beyond the reach of our known science? This question is left to you, because standing before the mirror the next morning, are those blue marks seen truly just a coincidence?
So friends, how did you like this terrifying true story? Do let us know by commenting. Your opinions help us to improve our next videos even more. That's all for today. We'll see you again very soon with a new spine-chilling incident. If you are new to our channel, then subscribe right now and stay with us by giving a like to the video. Because your every like and subscription encourages us to find out more terrifying true stories and bring them before you. And if you have any true story experience, then definitely let us know. You can send us that story via email or on our Facebook page. Our email and Facebook page links are given in the video's description box. You will find us very easily there and will be able to share your experiences or incidents with us. The true stories sent by you will be published on our True Shadow channel. Your story could be the terrifying mystery of the next episode.